It's opening morning. We're doing something that is almost borderline crazy. We're gonna walk up that mountain literally 5 hours before daylight. And the idea is, of course, it's public land and try to be in position, but last year there was about 15 people that climbed that hill, and we were sort of in the middle, would you say? Maybe even the tail end. So when we got in position, we could almost start to see the breaks of the mountain. We could, and within 15 minutes we were hearing elk. So we're gonna try to be on the front side of it this year and somehow stay warm throughout this process. So that's kind of our morning. So say hi to Andy York.
What do you think, Andy?
Good morning. I share Ken's belief that this is absolutely insane. No, I'm actually pretty stoked because I've been chasing elk in Oregon for the last month with my bow, and I missed 2 big bulls this year, so I'm looking forward to climbing up this mountain with a rifle. We've got the new, you'll see it today, the SIG Cross rifle in 6.5 Creedmoor, and it's topped with a new Sierra 6 BDX rifle scope and one of our Kilo rangefinders, so it's a pretty good setup. We got our image stabilized binos, our new Zulu 6s.
Good luck,
so we got all the equipment. If my legs can keep pace with the equipment, we'll be in good shape, but it sounds like a pretty good setup. A lot of elk moving around back and forth between Idaho and Montana, so hopefully we get into something good.
I've been in the darkness for 40 days. I've been searching for holy flames, a sign to light up the way. So can you help me out? Can you help me out?
I got in at 1 last night. It is now 3:30. Woke up at 3. Oh boy, I'm struggling, but I'll make it. Got myself a Red Bull. Gives you wings. Anyway, my strategy today is I'm gonna pack my bibs to the top of the hill, and then once I get to the top of the hill, I'll put them on. That way I won't get sweaty, hopefully. Although this jacket's pretty freaking warm. And we'll see how it goes.
All right, we got Tobe and Kurt Howard. We're at the trailhead. Andy York and I and Connor, we're ready to head up to the Continental Divide. It's about a 500 foot climb. We're gonna spread out. There's gonna be some other gentlemen right here at the top, and they're in a panic mode to be ahead of us, so we're gonna get going.
I booked it to the spot, so I went ahead of everybody. Got here about 7 o'clock, maybe 6:45, and it is now almost 8:30, and here they come. So that's what I'm looking at here. Oh, I'm tired. I've been watching for elk, haven't seen much.
We are in our spot, just shy of 5 miles from the trailhead. Took us a couple hours to get in here, but we're here, and it is snowing white lights out right now. Visibility has been compromised, to say the least, but we've heard probably a dozen shots to our north. We haven't seen an elk yet. Where we want to be, we're going to set out here for the day. We'll probably drop back 50, 60 yards into the timber, start a fire at midday. If we're not breaking down an elk. But anyway, we got Kurt Howard and Toby on the draw behind us about a mile. And we got Casey and Craig about a mile and a half to our east. So we're kind of spread out. There's lots of hunters. We've probably seen a dozen hunters. That's not part of our group. But hey, we're out here. There's a lot of animals in this area. They just haven't come through our drainage yet, so we're being patient. It's about an hour after daylight right now, so that's kind of our update for the moment.
Oh my gosh, they look like little ants. Somebody shot.
I did. He hit it.
Where?
I don't know, but I heard a whack. Just come down the street. Come right down the street.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Had them out in the cold like this. Wasn't really sure how they would do.
We're on our way back to the truck, and we hear some gunshots from where Toby and Kurt were probably sitting. And so now we are watching a herd of about 400 pass over, wondering if they got a shot off and what they might have hit. Whew, man, okay, it has been a long and cold couple days, but just to catch you up, we went off the mountain and we moved because it was negative 40-degree wind chills. So we went up to actually Ken's friend's property. Now that's where I am now, nice and warm. Day 2 in Montana, me and Ken actually went up in some really cold weather, looking for some elk. Wasn't able to find anything, so just kind of searching around, walking around, getting to know the public land that's in this area. And so now we're on to day 3. Ken is actually going to head up with Toby on one kind of trail up the mountain, and then I'm gonna head up with Craig on the other side, and hopefully we'll either scare some elk towards each other, but once we kind of get towards the top, we should be able to see each other or see what happens, and shouldn't be too hard to get to each other if somebody shoots a bull. So it's gonna be a fun day. Hopefully I got a good feeling about where I'm headed, and we'll see how Ken and Toby do.
Probably from last night, and I see them down this hayfield, so it's probably their safe haven for right now. But we see them. There's Ken and Toby.
because the spikes are usually the last.
Yeah, we just had some cows and calf just went through here. We got 3 spikes right here. And in Montana, your spikes have to be at least 4-inch brow tines, and so these spikes aren't legal. And this time of year, the bull might have gone through those cows at first, so we might have missed him by about 3 minutes, 2 minutes. We're gonna sit here for a few more minutes just to see what happens here. It's very cold this morning, as you can tell. The frost in our breath is sticking to our mustache, but that's what keeps these elk on their feet. If it was 50 degrees, they'd be already bedded up by now. So when you're rifle hunting and it's after the rut, you really need cold weather to keep them on their feet. And this little bit of snow is not bad for us walking around, but man, it really makes them stick out like a sore thumb.
You see the other bulls even lower. Is he looking at us?
Unbelievable. Now we've had 5 spikes come through. I'll say 3 spikes and 2 half spikes. No brow tines on any of them. And a whole bunch of mule deer. 3 bucks, 3 buck mule deer. It's kind of like a little zoo, but nothing. We're just gonna have to wait them out and see what happens.
3. Yep, go ahead. How far? 280 yards. Point and shoot. Yep, you got him.
And
You had to hit him.
the shot felt good, and he took out of there like a rocket, you know, like he was hit. He kind of,
I agree.
you know, he didn't. I don't know. I mean,
And he went out of there like he got crushed.
I had the crosshairs, 100 yard, 2/3 up his body.
Yep.
You know, right on the leg. So
It sounded like a hit.
I did that. He's down there, dirt behind him too.
And you had a good backdrop.
We're gonna go up to see the knife edge here and hit that game trail that all these elk are taking up into their bed. And we're gonna get above where he went in, or get above and look down in that draw where he ran. And just to see if we can get visual on him, and then if we can't, we'll cut back to where he was, and then we'll try to find blood. But everything looks good so far. His head's on the deck to the left of that tree. years and 2 out. This is the second one back to back. I'm pretty sure he's laying there with his head on the turf. But I didn't want to be overconfident, so I had Ken take the camera. I took the camera from Ken and had him looking. He verified what I was thinking, that he's laying right there. You know, you just never get the feeling. It's real. You work so hard. And you look around, climbing up and down these things. Let's go take a look at him.
Okay. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah. I appreciate all your hard work, you know, Ken. I mean, I've been hunting for how many years? Man, a couple decades.
Yeah.
Easily together, and Ken's always been there. He's so selfless, you know. He could have easily sat down this morning and had me run the camera, but he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, enough of that. Let's go. Let's go see your boat,
Yeah, I
buddy.
mean, it's a lot of hard work right here.
Yeah. Let's be careful. We might be sledding down it.
Yeah, while we're high, let's call those guys so in case we lose them down there.
Yeah. All right, man.
I'm glad you're here. I wish you'd have been here on my first elk last year, but our dear friend Mike Clark was with us. You know, cowboy from Wyoming that we love. And I'm just glad to share this moment with you, Ken.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, buddy.
Yeah, it's good stuff right here.
Yeah.
You know? People wonder why you do this, and other than that, you know, 150 pounds of meat right there, 125. You know, it's just the adventurous part of it, but when it comes together, it's pretty special. It's pretty special.
All right. What do you think?
Not gonna lie, that bullet hit exactly where it was aimed. Every time I walk up to one, I'm just blown away by the body size. You know, it's just like 6, 7, 750 pound animal, and this is gonna be good eating. This is a younger one.
It's good stuff, that one.
Yeah.
How it played out. It was so real. And just, we kind of thought our morning hunt was over.
Did? Yeah.
Then elk started moving and showing up, and this guy come out on that ridge and
Right above us here.
Toby put the sights on it, squeezed it off, and that was all she wrote, boy, right through both lungs. I bet you, well, he went from that top down, so he went probably just 80 yards just straight downhill.
Oh yeah.
You know, he was dead on his feet.
You could tell right there, he come in, he was out of gas. You know, and he just come in and had enough wherewithal to lay down right here. You know, not, they don't all lay down for perfect for pictures, but this one did.
This guy did.
In a flat spot.
Legs underneath him.
Last year's bull was in a taco ravine that was so hard to work on.
How are you feeling afterwards?
You know, I hope that audio turns out, because you can't make up that emotion. I don't care how hard you try, you know, this is 19 years and 2 bulls, back-to-back years. I'm just happy that I got to share this one with Ken, you know. No, they don't have to be big bulls to be pretty exciting, pretty cool, hey Ken? I mean, we were both shaking. We couldn't even replay video on this for 10 or 15 minutes, afraid we would delete something, or we couldn't stop shaking. And you know, it was the way it all played out. I wasn't shaking until after the shot, because you know, I was looking this way and Ken's looking this way, and he said the bull's right there. And finally, you know, okay, you can move. So I moved. When I moved around, I had to move the bipod and get everything. I got my
my Alps pack underneath this elbow, so I was rock solid for the shot, and you know, and it felt so good when it went off. And we actually replayed the video up there after 10 minutes, and hey, I mean, it looked like it toasted him, and it did. Yep. The video looked like exactly like what we would expect, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grab his antler.
Yeah.
He did. Connor saw him poke out. He goes, "There's an elk down there," and I went and got the binos on. I go, "It's a legal bull."
Yeah. You know, this is, I was just telling Connor, this is my second bull. I killed the first one last year after 18 years.
No kidding. Well,
Yeah,
congrats. That's awesome.
This is better than my first bull.
Tobe and I have been hunting together, hunting elk since like 2001. First elk hunt we were together. Then the next year we were working together, 2002. And the cool part is, you know, we've hunted Idaho, Wyoming, now here we are in Montana together. And elk have somehow, as many things as Toby's killed, and he's killed a ton, elk has just been one of those crazy little dark clouds. And there's been plenty of close calls, but then many years we would hunt, and he would be calling for one group, I'd be calling for another group, and we had a tag, but we just weren't the point shooter, and so that's just how our seasons went. And so it was really cool. This is his second bull. He shot his first one last year with a dear friend of ours in Wyoming, and so this is this your first Montana tag?
Yeah, this is my first Montana.
Yeah, so this was his first Montana tag, and for him and I, it just worked out for him and I to hunt together this morning, and to witness and be a part of it. So it was just a special time.
How's it feel?
Oh, it feels great, and it was tough back out. That was a long ways. But we're here. We're back, and it's all good.